Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards. In the last episode, we finally beat Odeon after a bit of struggle despite my improvements to my deck. Then, after that, we watched the rest of the Battle City finals play out, with Joey versus the real Marik, who had disguised himself as Namu to get into the finals and get close to our group for whatever reason. I don't entirely it doesn't really make sense with how the Sacred Cards has changed the plot of Battle City. And after that, we stopped Marik from taking out Odeon. I assume because his like in the regular series, his dark side is restricted when Odeon is awake and present, and the dark side doesn't want to be bound up again. We then watched my duel Seto Kaiba, but she ultimately failed. And now it's the finals with me, Yugi, Marik, and Kaiba. And as I basically broke down last time, we pretty much know who we're going to be facing in these finals, considering who we've already faced before and who we have to face in the end. So, with all of that said, let's finally talk to Mokuba here. We'll be reaching the final duel stage soon. We'll be there in 10 minutes. Get ready. What? What are these ruins? What is that tower? Ha ha ha. Step down, duelists. Welcome to Kaiba Corp Island. This island was built by my stepfather years ago. It was once used as an arms manufacturer. On this abandoned land, atop the duel tower, I will win the title of the Duel King. When I do, I will surpass my stepfather. Yeah, this doesn't really have as much oomph to it, without getting to actually see Seto's backstory and relationships with his stepfather from the filler arc that broke up the Battle City finals, but whatever. The duel tower stands among rubble, a fitting tomb marker for your sort. And just like that, we're here at Kaiba Corp Island. We can go back and basically go to any of our past locations. This is the final location on the map to go to, but we won't be going anywhere. There's nothing else to really do, so let's head on in. Welcome to the duel tower. We shall now proceed with the semi-finals of the Battle City tournament. Out of the 4 remaining duelists, only those 2 winning their respective matches in this tower will move on to the final duel atop the tower. Now, let us begin. Announcing the first semi-final matchup. Yugi Moto versus Seipher. Alright, well, looks like I called it. Not that it was all that difficult to call. Despite not wanting to talk to you, what do you think of all this? So now the allies must duel each other. Amusing. Quite amusing. Alright. Mokuba? It doesn't matter who wins. My brother can't be beat. But go for it anyway. Have no fear. My big brother will finish Marik Ishtar. Haha! Yeah, you've got a lot of confidence and general pride that I think you've been spending a little too much time with your brother, Mokuba. Interesting. A duel between god cards. Let me see the consequences of such a clash. It's too bad, Seipher. You and Yugi have to meet now, but at least one of you will win for sure. I'm sure Joey will be happy. I hope you both do your best, the both of you. I'm sorry, that's all I can say. They can't be serious, Seipher. That Marik Ishtar creep's still around. But now you have to duel your friend? Life isn't fair, Tristan. Don't we all know that? Yugi, any thoughts before we begin? Let's duel fair and square, Seipher. Alright, well, with nothing else to do, let's talk to Roland and get this match started. Are you ready to duel? Yes, we are. One of us has to go on and bring down Marik Ishtar. For the sake of the souls taken by Marik Ishtar. For the sake of our friends. Give it your all, Seipher. Yes, we will, and Yugi is no pushover. If you're familiar with the anime, his deck should be very familiar, and I thankfully got a very good opening hand. He does start with the Yami terrain, which will power up a lot of his monsters. He does have his own Egyptian god card, Seipher the Sky Dragon, and he is very effective at getting it out. I would like to point out one thing, though. For anyone who uses cheats in this game, there is a cheat to give yourself the maximum amount of life points, which is 9,999. This can protect you from even a direct attack from Seipher, since you won't, at least from most attacks of Seipher. If Seipher gets its power up while the user has 4 cards in their hand, it can then be very dangerous to fight against because it can get over that limit. But point is, if you can manage to keep it from that, the infinite life point cheat code can keep you safe. However, there is one exception, and that would be if you let him summon Catapult Turtle, because for whatever reason, this version of Yugi's deck actually has Catapult Turtle still. If he summons that, he could just use its effect to tribute Seipher the Sky Dragon and deal immediate damage to you, bypassing the infinite life point cheat code. So keep that in mind if you do play with cheats. Not that I'm playing with cheats at all, so kind of a moot point. Anyway, we're just gonna summon our Revival Jam, and of course he's activating Swords of Revealing Light of his own to keep us from attacking him and get him his god card. So we'll just summon this throwaway monster and be ready to summon our Egyptian god next turn. Eastern Guilford was activated and sent to the graveyard. In return, it powers down every monster on the field. Not a problem. If you had played that earlier, we would be in a bit of a bind, but I can just sacrifice my 3 monsters now and summon my Egyptian god. And to start things off, we'll use his effect. Obelisk Tormentor was activated. Every monster on the foe's field will be destroyed. The opponent will be hit with 4,000 life point damage. So, yep, we gained immediate control with our Egyptian God card. And he's using Monster Reborn. I think that'll bring back the top monster in my graveyard, which would have been that throwaway monster, but he kind of needs anything at this point to get over on me. Not that he can really do much. We're going to use the effect of Doron just to clone itself, and can't really attack because of the Swords of Revealing Light, so hopefully we'll be able to manage. Alright, well, I don't think we can attack yet. Oh, or we could, which is okay. I'll just summon my Revival Gem and use its effect. Okay, Curse of Dragon, not too bad to deal with, but not good for you either. Obelisk will just shred it completely, and that'll leave you with 100 life points. Revival Jam, finish him off. The opponent is out of LP. Duel victory. Your deck capacity increased by 30, about 70,000 Domino obtained, and Dark Magician obtained. Yeah, not the best, but hey, for basically a fairly easy duel that I was basically handed, not bad. We'll also be getting you're strong enough to beat Marik Ishtar. Take this god card. Use it to defeat Marik Ishtar. Seipher the Sky Dragon was obtained. Honestly, it's my favorite of the god cards, even though it is honestly considered the weakest, though in this game it functions a little differently than it does in the trading card game or the series itself, but I'll go into that a bit after this whole setup. Announcing the second semifinal matchup. Marik Ishtar versus Seto Kaiba. I've been waiting for this. I will get the god cards. Just watch me. Marik Ishtar, let me prepare a stage worthy of us. Activate the solid vision system. Virtual stage. This is a duel with a god card at stake. The stage should be the Duelist Coliseum. This is so cool, big brother. Cute. Amusement for children. Marik Ishtar, your god card might be special, but it will fall to my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Let's see you do it. But the god card will maroon you in the Shadow Realm, where your empty bravado will be meaningless. Quiet. I'll take you out. Count on it. And I will become the Duel King. Alright, well, Seto did pretty well putting up his 3 blue eyes, but it wasn't enough. What? Pwahaha. So much for your big talk. You too shall suffer in the Shadow Realm. Pwahaha. Big brother! The final duel. Seipher versus Marik Ishtar. Alright, well, we could do the final duel now, but I don't entirely want to. I want to kind of save that for its own episode, but if we go back down the duel tower and actually go to the stadium site, we can get back to the blimp and go up to the 2nd floor. And we actually find Kaiba here. Kind of odd to have to go to the stadium site to be able to come see this, but whatever, I guess it can't be helped. Anyway, he's still here. Joey's still in his coma. Odeon's still in his. And all that is left for us to do is to face Marik at the top of the duel tower. However, I will give you a warning right now that before you do, you should head on back to the Clock Tower Square. So, let's just do that now. And actually, go and save your game if you haven't, because after you complete the final duel, you will not be able to do anything. You will be stuck on a end screen, and you will be forced to turn off the game and restart from your last save point. So if you don't want to lose any progress up to this point, save now and keep your progress as is. You can go around the map, duel opponents that you've dueled before, such as Keith here at the pier, if you told him to stay. Mako also here at the pier if you told him to stay. I was actually wrong about Esporoba. He won't duel you anymore. I tried to duel him to see if it would actually be quicker than dueling Bones, but he wouldn't take any challenges. I think he can still challenge Rex. I didn't honestly check, but at this point, all you really need are Bones for easy deck capacity and Bandit Keith for money, so it's not all that important. You could probably also go challenge Weevil again, I suppose, but why would you? Let's go back to Kaiba Corp Island and just make our way up to the top of the duel tower. And with all of that said, I think I will end things off here. Next time, we will be finishing up this game and giving my thoughts on the project, and probably by that point discussing what exactly I'm going to be doing going forward, at least after I've gone over everything. Anyway, with all that said, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.